Hello friends, welcome to the world of project management and for a overview session on project risk management knowledge area, that is implement risk responses. Motto of this training is to share my experience in preparing for PMP certification and I have prepared few slides. Let's quickly move to our agenda for this session that we are going to discuss on what is implement risk responses and its ITTOs in more detail, that is inputs, tools and techniques and outputs. Let me start here. It is a sixth process in the project risk management knowledge area and it is defined as implement risk responses is the process of implementing the agreed upon risk response plans. This definition is per the PMBOK guide. Hope you understood it clearly. The key benefit of this process is that it ensures the agreed upon risk responses are executed as planned, and in order to execute the overall project risk exposure and minimizing the individual project threats and maximize the individual project opportunities. Hope you understood its definition and the key benefit of this process. Let's move to its ITTOs in more detail. In inputs. In inputs, we have the project management plan, which consisting of the risk management plan, and we have the project documents, which consist of the lessons learned register, risk registered, and the risk report. And we have the organizational process assets, that is OPS. And coming to the tools and techniques, we have expert judgment, interpersonal and team skills, which includes the influencing, and we have PMIS, that is Project Management Information System. And in outputs, we have the change request, the project document updates, which consist of issue log, lessons learned register, project team assignments, risk registered, and the risk report. Fine, let's discuss its inputs first in more detail, starting with the project management plan, which consisting of the risk management plan. This risk management plan lists the roles and responsibilities of the project team members and other stakeholders for the risk management. And this information is used when allocating the owners for agreed upon risk responses. And also, the risk management plan defines the level of detail for the risk management methodology for the project. Hope you understood about this input. Let's move to the next input. We have project documents, which consisting of lessons learned register, risk registered, and risk report. Let me explain one by one. First, with lessons learned registered. The lessons learned earlier in the project with regarding to implementing the risk responses can be applied to later phases of the project to improve the effectiveness of this process. Hope you understood this. Moving to the risk registered. In this, the risk registered records the agreed upon risk responses for each individual risk and the nominated owners for each response plan. Moving to the risk report. In this, the risk report includes an assessment of the current overall project risk exposure as well as the agreed upon risk response strategy. Hope you understood about this input of implement risk responses. Let's move to the next input. We have organizational process assets, which consisting of the lessons learned repository from the similar completed projects that indicates the effectiveness of the particular risk responses. Fine. Hope you understood about all the inputs of the implement risk responses. Let's move to the tools and techniques. In the tools and techniques, first we have the expert judgment. As I said, expertise should be considered from the individuals or groups with some specialized knowledge to validate or modify the risk responses if necessary, and it decides how to implement them in the most efficient and effective manner. This is about expert judgment. Moving to interpersonal and team skills, which consisting of influencing. What is influencing here? In this, the project manager or person responsible for facilitating the risk responses may need to exercise influencing to encourage the nominated risk owners to take the necessary actions wherever required. This is about the influencing technique for the interpersonal and team skills. Moving to the next technique, we have project management information system, that is PMIS. This PMIS can include the schedule, resource and cost software to ensure that agreed upon risk response plans and their associated activities are integrated into the project alongside other project activities. Okay, hope you understood about these tools and techniques of the implement risk response also. Let's move to its outputs. In the outputs, first we have the change request. As I said in my previous sessions, that any change in this process has to go through the PICC process, that is perform integrated change control process. Okay, fine. Hope you understood about this change request. Moving to the next output, we have project document updates, which consisting of the issues log, lessons learned register, project team assignments, a risk registered, and risk report. Let me explain one by one. First with issue log. This output, where the issues are identified as part of the implement risk responses process, are recorded in this issue log. Moving to lessons learned registered. In this, the lessons learned registered is updated with the information on challenges encountered when implementing the risk responses and how they could have been avoided, as well as the approaches that worked well for implementing the risk responses. Hope you understood this. Moving to the project team assignments. In this, once the risk responses are confirmed, the necessary resources should be allocated to each action associated with a risk response plan. Hope you understood this. Moving to the risk register. The risk register may be updated to reflect any changes to the previous agreed upon risk responses for some individual project risk that are subsequently made as a result of the implement risk responses process. Hope you understood about this risk registered. Moving to last, risk report. This risk report may be updated to reflect any changes to the previously agreed upon risk responses to overall project risk exposure that are subsequently made as a result of the implement risk responses process. Okay, hope you understood about the outputs of the implement risk response process also. So here we have completed all the ITTOs, first with inputs, tools and techniques, and last outputs. So this completes our 6th session on the project risk management knowledge area, and hope this complete session is easy and understandable. Fine. Let's discuss more detail on the next process in the project risk management area, that is monitor risk, in the next video. Kindly provide your feedback on the given email ID in the below and subscribe my channel if you like this video. Bye for now. It's your Anil Kumar Dharm.